the leads aren't as warm anymore. Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? He asked me to come to a mastermind and to speak at it. I need an integrator. I don't know how to find one. And also, I have high standards for people. All right, so we're back now for episode 9 of Mindset Memoirs, and I just put together like my ragtag team of like, this is just, we don't even have a name. This business, by the way, like I have an LLC, but like I don't even like have a name for my team. My business is just so, kind of randomly put together. I've got one virtual assistant who's consistently making calls to generate leads. I got Ben and Victor who are showing up at my house. And by the way, find yourself people like the Bens and Victors of the world. Like Victor was willing to show up early in the morning, stay late till night. Ben was driving an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours down from upstate New York to come to my house in Long Island to make calls with me, to work out, like just because he was hungry, wanted to grow, and believed in me and believed in the vision. So put yourself around these sort of people. So we're starting to get some traction. I've gotten a couple deals under my belt. We got some checks on the wall, so we know the business works. And I'm starting to also stagnate a little bit. Like I'm like, all right, like the leads aren't as warm anymore. Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? And I start realizing I have to go and get some more help again. And at this time, Pace had actually reached back out to me. He saw that as I was learning things, I would always go back into the Facebook group. I would always go back into like our sub 2 community, and I would help other people out. And he saw that. He took notice of my willingness to serve. And like as I got a resource, I would pass that resource on to others. So he actually invited me to come out to the mastermind. He was hosting a mastermind event, and I had never even been to a mastermind, but he asked me to come to a mastermind and to speak at it and to learn at it. And if you guys don't know what a mastermind is when entrepreneurs, or really anybody, when a group of individuals who are of like mind and who are willing to work in a spirit of harmony get together. And the purpose of them coming together is to really solve their biggest problems. So you might be struggling with something in your business, in your life, whatever it is. You bring your biggest obstacle to this mastermind, and you're now getting people who have different experiences, different walks of life, different resources, being able to help you, advise you, give you the answer to your biggest roadblock. I mean, masterminds are a total game changer. If you have not gone to one yet, if you're not a part of a mastermind, you need to join one immediately. In fact, the MMC group that I host, it's a daily mastermind. That's what we do every single day for each other, because there's no reason to struggle with your problems alone. So Pace invites me out to this mastermind. And when I get out there, I'm bringing my biggest struggle to the team, which is, hey guys, my personality type, I'm beginning to understand it. I'm what they refer to as a visionary. So I like talking to people. I can come up with big picture ideas, but I'm not the detail-oriented person. I'm not the dot the I's and cross the T's. I don't, you send me a contract, I'm reading the first couple of lines of it. I'm not reading through every ounce of it. I'm not organizing Google Drives and folders. Like, it's not me. Like, even talking about that right now is stressing me out. So I'm explaining to them that this is my challenge. And I'm learning that a part of building a business, you need to have someone on your team who's what we call an integrator, right? Someone who's a little bit more systems oriented, who could help build out the back end to make sure that the processes are happening the same way over and over and over. So for example, if you're going to go and, start a company like McDonald's, Roy McDonald, like he's the guy that's going out, he's the face of it. Like he's getting everyone to want to go get the burger, but then you need someone behind the scenes who's actually cooking the burger and managing the employees and making sure the bookkeeper is going and making sure the fries are getting delivered on time. So I'm not that guy. I get out to the mastermind and I explain to them like, hey, this is my problem. Like, I need an integrator. I don't know how to find one. And also I have high standards for people. See, I'm very picky when it comes to who I choose to work with. I want to make sure they have the same work ethic, the same vision, all of this. And Pace and Cody look at me and they say, bro, you know what you need? You need to start dating. You're over here talking about marriage, right? When it comes to looking for your partner, you're talking about marriage. You need to slow it down. Start dating. They said, you might find somebody that you have an amazing summer with, and it's the best summer ever, but you just end up letting it be a summer fling. Now, is it bad because it didn't last forever? He says right now you're trying to find someone to make it last forever when you guys might just be together for a season. Be okay with that. Get what you each need from one another. Ride the train up until one of you has to get off. It doesn't mean you don't ride because you're going all the way uptown and this person's getting off at 37th Street. You just take the train together till 37th, and then from this station to the next, you find someone new. And you still have a good time. You have great memories. You build each other up along the way. So I'm armed with this knowledge, and here's the coolest part. I said, but I don't know where to find them. They said, dude, you're in a mastermind with other entrepreneurs, other high-level entrepreneurs, people who are working on themselves, growing themselves. Look in this pool for the right person, because this person is also out there seeking you. So I want to remind you guys of that as well. When you're looking to build yourself and you're growing in your life, the things you want are also looking for you, right? Your person, your team, everyone, your clients, your customers, they're all looking for you, but you've got to be brave enough to go out there and tell them that you're available. Tell them that you're also looking for them. In fact, you got to make it so that you're attracting them. Start to showcase yourself and what you can do for them. So I start to do this, and I actually found my very first partner, Manish Mehta. Shout out to Manish out in California. We worked together, we teamed up. We built some cool stuff. We're no longer partners anymore, but it was an amazing experience. See, just like they described, I had a season with him, and I got to learn a lot about myself. I went from my team of 3 to building out a team of over 15 employees in a very short period of time. And you know what I learned during that time, by the way? I learned that managing that many people stressed me the freak out. I mean, oh my gosh. I thought I had pressure before with Jella and Ben and Victor. I mean, the pressure like quadrupled overnight, but so did the learning. See, I started to learn that we needed systems and we needed processes and we needed to use technology to do a lot of the work. And there was just so much that came from that. So it was probably one of the best learning experiences, but it also taught me one of the most valuable things as well. It taught me that although I was at this point in time still wholesaling contracts, I was getting real estate under a contract and selling it, it wasn't what I was passionate about. And I started to think about those kids again. I started to think about what I told those kids, that I was getting into something that I was going to be able to make and earn money while also loving what I was doing, pursuing my purpose, pursuing my passion. And I wasn't passionate about wholesale. Maybe in the beginning I was like passionate about learning this thing and figuring out how to make $1. But when I really thought about what enticed me about real estate was the ability to buy it and to own it. Right? Remember James Smith from my first episode? He had told me that there was ways to buy these properties and own it without using any of your own money. And so that's what I wanted to do. So during this time of working with Manish and building out this team and getting stressed out beyond all belief, I had a moment of actually like breaking. Right? I had like a moment where I was like so stressed out that I actually broke down. And I mean, we found out some crazy stuff, by the way. Like when you grow that quickly in a short period of time and your systems aren't right, I mean, we had employees that were stealing from us. We had employees that were working for other people while working for us at the same time and lying to us, having us hire their family members. And it was crazy. Again, amazing learning experience, right? It cost me money to do this, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. And during the holiday, because now in this timeline, this is coming up on the winter of, this is the winter of 2020 now. So we're finishing up that first year in real estate. I'm at the place where we're taking holiday. We're back home. I'm back in New York. Or I'm in New York, not back in New York, but I'm in New York. And I am just taking some days off of work and I'm reflecting. It's so important that you check back in with yourself. I'm reflecting and I'm asking myself, is this what I want? Do I want, am I frustrated or am I doing something I don't want to be doing? And there's a difference. Sometimes you're going to be frustrated doing the thing you love and you're going to want to keep doing it. But as I start to look and analyze, you know what? This isn't what I want to be doing. I wanted to wholesale to make some dollars, but really I want to hold property. I want to buy assets. I want to add to my portfolio and build my wealth. So after holiday, when I came back, I sat down with Manish, I sat down with my team, and I told them, guys, I put a stick of dynamite in the basement, basically, of our organization. I'm done. guys, I'm done. They're like, what? I'm like, I'm done. This isn't for me anymore. And by the way, it took me, I didn't just like make that decision immediately. It took me some time to actually get the balls to be able to have that conversation with my team. You know, I felt like I was letting so many people down. I had gotten these 15, 16 employees on the team all to believe in me. I'd gotten Manish to believe in me, but I just wasn't, my heart wasn't in it anymore. And you can't sustain something that you don't have a passion for. So it's important to find your passion. So I blow the business up. This is actually after I blew the business up. This is when we started to find out, on our exit conversations, all the employees that were like doing just some messed up stuff. And it's kind of funny, like follow your gut instinct. See, like I realize now in hindsight, my gut was trying to tell me something, and I wasn't listening to it. I kept convincing myself this is what I need to do. It's important that you also learn when to fold. It's really important that you learn when to walk away from something that's not working. And this wasn't working for me. So I started to realign. I realized I'm here to build wealth. I'm here to buy properties and to actually be a true real estate investor, not just someone who's transacting in real estate, but to be a true real estate investor. And what that focused on my mind, within the next month, and I'll get into this in the next episode, I went from 0 doors to picking up 16 doors in about 30 something days, about 35 days or so. So we'll jump into that one in the next episode. But again, I just want to say thank you. If you made it all the way to the end of this episode, it means a lot to me. The Mindset Memoirs are it's a full documentary because people always ask me how I got into entrepreneurship. And I want to make sure that I'm setting the record straight right now. So if you guys have any questions or you feel like I'm missing something, there's details missing, put it in the comments below. I'm more than happy to answer any sort of missing details that you want to know.
Dollar mindset, steady as the flow, navigating on my time spent, letting us know every week of hesitation. It's been a few years, but there's no mistake, and there's a reason I'm here.